Rest in peace, Static Major. Shawty on the thug.
What's going on, y'all? It's the kid Mitch Mula, and you watching Sacrifice Season. This is episode 1, part 2, where we're going to be going into the connection between Static Major, Aaliyah, and Lil Wayne. In part 1, we went over the connection between Static and Aaliyah, and in this episode, we're going to go deeper into the connection between Static and Lil Wayne. Now, for those that don't know, Static Major, his real name is Stephen Ellis Garrett Jr. He from Louisville, Kentucky. Same place as Jack Harlow and Bryson Tiller. They actually redid one of his songs called Love Is Dro. Beautiful song. The original song is beautiful too. I still play them. They both on my playlist to this day. So yeah, let's just get right into the connection between Static and Lil Wayne. Actually, before we get into that, let me just tell you a little bit more about Static. So we know he wrote for Aaliyah. We went over that in the last video. But you know he was writing for other artists in the industry too. He was a prominent writer. Big hits under his belt. Understand me? He wrote for Genuine, Pony. For those that don't know, his biggest song too. Static has something to do with that. He wrote for Pretty Ricky. People don't really know that either. They still speak highly of him to this day, and they still question his death to this day. I seen a video with Blue. I think his name was Blue. He was talking about it. He don't believe what they were saying about the death because it all sounds crazy. We're gonna get into that. He also wrote for Destiny's Child. These are big name acts that he was writing for. Okay. Now let's get into the second run of his career that he was about to have when he got connected with Lil Wayne. Now, by the time this song that Static wrote for Lil Wayne came out, which is Lollipop, Lil Wayne was on a meteoric rise through the industry. The man was going up at a rate that we literally never seen nobody do, minus like, I guess, 50 Cent. He was right in the middle of going up. And this song, Lollipop, is the song that blew the lid off everything and allowed him to go past the stratosphere and become the phenomenon that he ended up becoming. You know what I'm saying? Without Lollipop, it probably still would have happened, but it would have happened a different way. But Lollipop was a smash hit. I'm talking about, it's one of them songs that you go outside, every car that's driving past is playing that. You walk past somebody's house, you hear them playing it at max volume out the windows. It's one of them type of songs that you can't escape it, you feel me? So that song was written in 2008. If you remember from the last video, that's the same year that Static died. The crazy part about it is he died a couple months before the song came out. Might have even been a couple weeks. I ain't take the time to go look at the dates. I just know it was very close, and I don't believe in no coincidences, okay? That's number one. You have to look at the timing of everything. How did he write this song for Lil Wayne, which is arguably the biggest song of his career, maybe second after A Milli? How did he write this song for Lil Wayne? He dies, and then the song blows up, and Lil Wayne blows up, and nobody believes that could be a coincidence. Nobody thinks that could be a coincidence. Maybe I could change your mind once I tell you how he died, though. Let's get into how he died. So apparently, according to his wife, this is his wife telling the story. One day, he on a plane, he realized he can't swallow. Something going on with his throat not working the way it's supposed to work. He can't swallow. So he ends up taking a flight to Louisville and going to the hospital, right? They told him he had something called myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis. I may or may not be pronouncing it correctly. Myasthenia gravis. Either way, they say what he had affected the function of his throat, his esophagus, the function of his throat. He couldn't swallow. And his wife said he had like one droopy eye too. A little background on Static. His sister passed away in the hospital. His sister went to the hospital for a procedure of some sort and did not make it out of the hospital. So Static always had a fear of hospitals. He never wanted to go. So now this random event is happening to him, and he like, man, now I gotta go to the hospital. He goes to the hospital. They decide to do a procedure on him that is similar to dialysis, where they take your blood from your body, they remove your blood from your body, put it in a centrifuge, which is a machine basically that spins it at such a speed that it separates the toxins from the blood, okay? They put it in the machine, spin it, to separate the blood from the toxins, and then they put the clean blood back in you. Okay, that's basically what they do for dialysis patients. They was going to do that to static. Okay, so they go and put the line in his neck, the catheter, whatever you want to call it. They put it in his neck to start draining the blood so they can clean it and put it back in his body. Okay, they remove the blood from his neck. He start complaining about pain. He like, yo, is this supposed to hurt? This not supposed to feel like this. Mind you, the doctor started the process of removing the blood from his body and then left. He went home. He was going to come back the next day and remove the needle and then finish everything off. He left for the night and went home. So when the doctor left, Static started complaining about pain. Like, yo, he's talking to the nurse. Like, is this supposed to be hurting? Am I supposed to be feeling like this right now? They come to the conclusion that the nurse actually called the doctor. This is according to the wife. The wife told the whole story. The nurse called the doctor, and the doctor advised the nurse to remove the needle from his neck. The nurse goes to remove the needle from his neck, which ended up being a fatal mistake because now there's blood coming from his neck everywhere. The needle wasn't placed properly. There's blood coming from his neck everywhere. They also punctured his jugular, and now his lungs are filling with blood, and he passed right there. So basically the way he passed was drowning on his own blood. What a terrible way to go. What an awful way to go. He suffered. And for some reason, people want me to believe that it's a coincidence that horrific thing happened to him, and a couple weeks later, Lil Wayne has blown up out past the stratosphere. They in the video for Lollipop talking about R.I.P. Static Major. I don't believe it's a coincidence. Sorry. I don't believe it's a coincidence. So now that we know the background of him and Lil Wayne, and we know the background of him and Aaliyah, if you ask me, I believe it was Wayne that's responsible for that. I believe that it's Wayne that is responsible for that, because you have to look at the timing of things. Number one, Aaliyah went first before Static. Static wrote the hits for Aaliyah, and then Aaliyah went. Static still was here. Now he done wrote a hit for Lil Wayne, and now he gone in a weird way. And Lil Wayne is gone in a different way. He done went up on him. So if you ask me, I think it was Lil Wayne, Universal Records, and them. They did that to Static so that Wayne could get to where he goes. We ain't gonna go into the reasoning behind why these sacrifices must happen and what comes from them. We're not getting into that. If you know about that, then you know. If you don't know about that, then go look into it. These videos and this channel is for folks that know what's going on. Certain stuff I shouldn't have to explain. You should already know. We're just going in depth into specific stories so you can know that pretty much everybody in this industry got a story of death behind them. And this is facts. You won't find out. We're going to keep going down the line. But I want you to let me know in the comments, do you think Static was more so involved with Wayne, or do you think he was more so involved with Aaliyah? Which one you think it is? If you ask me, I think it's Wayne. I think Wayne did that to that boy. Not Wayne specifically, but you know. It's for Wayne. It was for Wayne. So yeah, in the comments, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And also let me know some other people you want me to do their stories. Once again, it's the Kid Mitch Moolah. You dig? Sacrifice season. I'm out. You dig?